of the sixth race. And they're off. And from the outside, Olazabal was away well. Western Ghent is right there. And now moving up farther back, it is Point Proven and Rocket Can. The field is in the stretch. Disarm is ranging up on the outside now to take over the lead. Down on the inside, it is Perform along with Arthur's Ride as they come through the stretch. And it is Disarm in front with a 16th to the finish. Disarm now drawing away from the field. And Disarm gets his maiden breaker impressively here at Saratoga, won by better than a half dozen lengths. Arthur's Ride was second, and coming from way out of it to get third was Krupe. And they're off. Krupe from the extreme outside. And now moving on through is a Brighter Days Ahead. Arthur's Ride. Here comes Instant Coffee. Instant Coffee and Arthur's Ride. Arthur's Ride lugging in there in the stretch. Instant Coffee is the winner first time out at odds of 14-1 as we begin the pick six.
And they're off. From the far outside, Rocket Can is there. Toward the rail, Bengals Go. Diversiful in between. Toward the rail, Sam Stormy. Bengals Go wins the race into the opening turn and heads over to the inside to show the way. Diversiful comes on to prompt the pace from second. Rocket Can on the outside. Third, Sam Stormy comes away. Fourth, Spielman is now fifth. Magnificent Mile in tight toward the rail. Sixth, Coast to Coast. In between horses advancing up from seventh. 2 lengths back, Pyrenees is running along. In eighth, Pappy Wolf is ninth. O Gangster 3 wide in 10th. Accidents in 11th early. And Miller's Right is the trailer down the backstretch run. A moderate opening quarter in 24-2. 5 furlongs to go. Bengals goes the leader, prompted by Diversiful. Rocket Can is keeping pace with them. Sam Stormy tucked away fourth and toward the inside, only 2 lengths off the lead. Spielman is fifth while in the clear. Magnificent Mile continues on in some traffic, advancing through between horses. Now it's a gap of 4 back to Coast, who's starting to come under a ride. And Pappy Wolf launching a rally while wide. Accident comes through toward the inside of Pyrenees. Round the far turn. Bengals Go, Diversiful, Rocket Can, the 3-ply battle to the quarter pole. Spielman with a wide trip is looming 4 wide. Magnificent Miles in behind them. They're off the turn. Bengals goes off the turn in front. Rocket Can to the attack. Spielman coming hard down the center. 1 furlong to go. Bengals Gold digs in. Here's Rocket Can outside. Spielman down the center. Final 16th, and Rocket Can has come away with the lead. Rocket Can opens up by 2. Spielman with a big effort will settle for second to Rocket Can. Rocket Can first, Spielman second, Bengals Go third, and Pappy Wolf was fourth. There in the gate. And they're off, and it shows off near the back of the pack. Confidence Game breaks out on top. And quickly races to the front. Tres Soleil toward the inside as a way second, but it's Confidence Game into the first turn, crossing over and clearing the field. Confidence Game shows the way. Tres Soleil runs in second. Rocket Can up to be third on the outside. 2 lengths back to Must Be the Money. In between of Highway Robber and Moe's Treasure. They are racing about 5 lengths off the lead, 5th and 6th. A break of 3 back to Hit Show, who settles in about 8 lengths off the leaders to the backstretch run. 3 more lengths back to 10 Days Later, and 5 back to Traffic Master in a strung-out field after an opening quarter and a swift 23-2. Confidence Game steps out now. 3-length lead down the backstretch run. Tres Soleil is on the chase with Rocket Can. There's second and third. There's now 4 furlongs remaining. Highway Robber nudged along fourth and toward the rail. Moe's Treasure's up into 5th. 10 Days Later, advancing inside 6 of Must Be the Money. Hit Show is wide on the far turn, still 9 lengths behind. Traffic Master's picking it up from the back as well. So round the far turn, here comes Rocket Can revving up and coming after Confidence Game. These two head-to-head heading for the quarter pole. 10 Days Later's on the scene now. 3rd and 4 lengths behind. They're off the turn. Rocket Can rolls up and grabs the lead. Confidence Game fights back at the rail. These two shoulder to shoulder, 1 furlong to go. 10 Days Later, 3rd third and trying to close in. Down to the final 16th. Confidence Game fights back to a narrow lead. Rocket Can desperately trying to get by. 10 days later, flying finish. Down to the wire. Confidence Game. A gutsy winner there. Rocket Can was second. 10 days later, third. Hit Show managed fourth.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the Holy Bull. Beautiful start for the favorite Cyclone Mischief, but he wants no part of the early lead as West Coast Cowboy shoots forward toward the rail. Mr. Bob, he's up to challenge, and Mr. Bob lands a narrow advantage in the run to the first turn. West Coast Cowboy is there second from between horses. Cyclone Mischief is in tight. Legacy Isle works on his outside. Rocket Can is on the far outside, then Lord Miles. From between horses, Il Miracolo, and lagging behind last is Shadow Dragon. The quarter time was 23-4. It's a reasonable pace, putting up the numbers. Joel Rosario and Mr. Bob in front by a length. Legacy Isle second, West Coast Cowboy third. Rocket Can is on the far outside, and in between horses, Cyclone Mischief. Back from there, it's Il Miracolo ahead of Lord Miles, patiently ridden while second last, and the trailer is Shadow Dragon. They make their way to the first finish line in the 2023 Holy Bull Stakes. Mr. Bob the target through a 48-4 half mile. Legacy Isle latched onto him second. West Coast Cowboy is at the rail third. Rocket Can is in the clear for Alvarado. He's only 2 lengths behind. Cyclone Mischief patiently handled by Gaffleone between horses. Then it's Lord Miles and Il Miracolo. Still at the back is Shadow Dragon. They round the far turn. The pace picks up and Legacy Isle shoves the neck on top. In tight, West Coast Cowboy from the back. Shadow Dragon is underway. Rocket Can let go in the red colors as they run to the top of the stretch. It's Rocket Can who comes away with the lead. Toward the outside, Shadow Dragon with an upset threat. Cyclone Mischief needs to do better than that. Legacy Isle is next and they're at the top of the stretch. Rocket Can tries to finish it up. Shadow Dragon takes aim. 16th to go. It's Rocket Can responding on the outside in Shadow Dragon. They come to the finish. It's Bill Mott. It's Junior Alvarado again. It's Rocket Can to win the Holy Bull by a length in the end. Second was Shadow Dragon, who fired a huge shot. He completes the Mott Exacta. Third is West Coast Cowboy in 144-4. And they're off in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Forte was away cleanly enough, but Cyclone Mischief was first to begin, and he's ridden for the early lead. Up on the outside, Dangerous Ride has the same idea, so the outside 2 horses cross over and lead the way. Legacy Isle, meanwhile, angles off the inside, and Forte slides through at his inside. Rocket Can is next, and Mage is wide on the course. Il Miracolo is headstrong while third last. Second last, Blazing Sevens. The early trailer is Shadow Dragon. They make their way by an opening quarter in 24 seconds flat. Cyclone Mischief has the lead, and he has the rail. He leads by a length. Over long shot, racing second is Dangerous Ride. Out deep on the course in Mage. 3 wide, Rocket Can. Perfectly spotted early is Forte. The Breeders' Cup champion is only 3 lengths off the lead with Legacy Isle on his outside. These top flight horses have gone 5 ahead of Shadow Dragon, then Blazing Sevens and Il Miracolo. Half a mile to go. They go to the first finish line in the 2023 Fountain of Youth Stakes. They went 47-3 for a half mile. Cyclone Mischief, he's been in front from the outset, and he still has the lead. Rocket Can starts to make a bid second. 3 wide, Mage is third. Irad Ortiz Jr. has strong hold of Forte. He looks ready to roll, just needs some open racetrack. Dangerous Ride calls it an afternoon, then Legacy Isle as they run to the top of the stretch. Irad decides to swing out, and Forte is on the go now. Cyclone Mischief fights to hold it. From between horses, it's Rocket Can. Mage is 3 wide, but a big presence 4 wide in the form of Forte. 4 across the course as they straighten for home. Out in the center, Forte tries to overhaul Cyclone Mischief, who's very game, but Forte's very good. As a 3-year-old, he debuts with an easy victory in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Here's your 2-year-old champion. Here's Forte, geared down. Rocket Can second, Cyclone Mischief third, Mage ran well, he was fourth. Shadow Dragon to complete your high five